Hello, everyone, and welcome to episode 69 of Impact Makers. Well, Dustin, as we were thinking about conversation that we could let people in on today, I was reminded of recent conversation that we were having with clients in a project that we were working with them, and you had mentioned and I confirmed. It sounds like there's some buzzword bingo that's going on. Um, so, two-part question. One, let's define, what is buzzword bingo? So we should probably clarify that. And then two, go ahead and jump into, why now is the time to make sure that your buzzword bingo radar is up.
Love it. I love the topic today. So buzzword bingo. It's the term that you and I use quite a bit when you're in a meeting or you're at a conference or you hear a thought leader talking and you're hearing a lot of buzzwords, but you're not hearing a lot of substance. And so it's a joke that if you had a bingo card with a bunch of current buzzwords on it, when would you be able to have bingo on your card, right? And so that's something that we always have our radar up for, and are always looking to provide substance and not just the buzzwords, and dive deep into issues and not just on the surface, especially in our client project sessions. So that's what buzzword bingo is all about. And the second part was why it's important now.
Yeah.
And I think where you're going with that is there's some upcoming conferences, right? And heading into December and January, and end of year you're probably doing some CPE as well. And one of the things that we always when we're talking in the profession warn people about is don't fall for the buzzwords. Make sure that there really is substance behind it. And when you're at a conference, whether you're hearing a thought leader on stage and present, and or you're in a round table with other firm leaders, you always got to take what you hear with a little bit of a grain of salt and dive deeper into what it is they're telling you, because you're only hearing one part of it. You're probably hearing the part that makes them look really good, but what else is there to it? What's the other side of the equation to that? So as you're doing CPE, going to these conferences, listening to thought leaders, just make sure that you have them give you more substance than just the buzzwords. The buzzwords get all the publicity, and they make for great posts on X and social media and LinkedIn and that type of thing. But we want to make sure there's really substance there behind what people
Yeah.
are saying.
Yeah. I mean, one thing I would call out and give people as a suggestion, like still go to these conferences and listen, and if things, sound interesting, great. But find the courage to go up and ask more questions. Leverage, what we talk about in as lean practitioners is leveraging the 5 whys, to get to root cause. Well, leverage a version of that and ask questions like, how are you using that? What was the implementation period like? What is the business problem that it's solving? Did it create any unintended problems? And really, from those questions, and it takes a little courage to go up and talk to somebody that you haven't met before, but that's really how you can get some additional confidence and get past just the buzzword. And more likely than not, when you do that, you're going to get at least a stronger connection with that particular individual that you followed up with, and you might get a referral into somebody that is doing doing what it is that you are hoping that strategy, that buzzword is really executing upon.
Great advice. Yep.